What's going on, YouTube? We back with another quick breakdown. And in this video, we got the legendary comedian Corey Holcomb and his 5150 crew. And in this particular clip, Corey is breaking down the arrest of Killer Mike at this year's Grammys. Now, as we all know, Killer Mike swept the Grammys with 3 wins for Album of the Year, Song of the Year, and for Best Performance for his album, Michael. Actually, that album is incredible. I really enjoyed it. And I remember listening to it when it first came out, and I was really impressed with the production and with Mike's raps. Mike really destroyed this album. So I'm really happy that he was able to win 3 Grammys for it. Now, one of the things about it is that Mike was arrested for an altercation with the third party at the Crypto.com Center in the middle of the Grammys. As we all know, that makes 0 sense. How can you get arrested for a misdemeanor at the Grammys after you've won 3 awards? Now, if you look at it, I remember during the Oscars, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock and was able to sit there with no arrest and receive his award. So I don't understand the urgency in arresting Killer Mike for this misdemeanor assault charge. Now, I think it was based on maybe they were entering the wrong entrance at the Grammys and security became a little bit overzealous and didn't want Mike to enter that particular way, and an altercation occurred. Now, as we all know, sometimes security can be a little overzealous. I think in a situation like that, that was their award, you know, arresting Killer Mike for something so frivolous and silly. Now, Corey broke it down, and his take on it was basically, it was an unjust arrest, and we all understand the significance behind it. As we all know, Killer Mike is an activist. He speaks with such zeal about issues for the Black community all over America, and people know him for that. And some people are speculating that this arrest was based on Mike not being able to accept his award live. And as we know, when Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince won their Grammy, it was not aired. When Jay-Z won his Grammy, it was not aired during the live telecast. And we would think by now that we would have advanced in society so that those rap categories would have been presented on the live telecast, but obviously not. And some people are speculating that he was arrested so that he could not receive his award live on television and give one of those Killer Mike speeches. So let's listen to Corey's point of view, and we'll catch you on the other end.
Listen, Killer Mike, I gotta talk about it. From what I understand, it was over a female security guard.
Yeah, you're
Really?
right. Uh-huh.
Wow.
You're right.
The most dangerous thing in the world
Yeah.
is a female security guard. They don't do nothing but get knocked on their ass and call the police.
And now I bet you the male ones feel like too now. I bet you they're embarrassed because they're all over the news. They're like,
I mean, like, what is a female security guard for? It's like a cat guard dog.
I can,
Yeah.
right, I can see if you're doing your job. Maybe she was checking the tip, but apparently, and the words of Killer Mike, she went overboard. Look,
Listen, she can't do nothing. This is the greatest moment of her life. She's going to tell her grandkids, I was the one who got his ass arrested. This is the greatest moment of her life. It's a female security guard. When did this come into the game?
Yeah.
I'm talking about a female. Listen, if Killer Mike wasn't supposed to be what she was saying, she didn't have proof of where he supposed to be.
Correct.
All she got to do is be like, okay, we finna get this big put out of here. So I made a phone call. Soon as I found this out on the way to the show, soon as I found out it was a female security guard, I made a phone call to the homies in Atlanta. everybody vouch Killer Mike 100.
Oh yeah.
Good dude, own barbershops around the city, type who approachable. It ain't nobody had nothing bad to say about Killer Mike. Who is the female security guard? Can we find out
What happened?
who this is? Because I already know when you say female security guard, I'm like, oh my God. When female police officers or somebody like that walk up to me, I'd be like, hey, I don't want no trouble. It can go bad. I don't.
Quick.
A female security guard.
Wow.
I just don't believe it. Why do you have female security guards when they can't do nothing but catch a case for getting beat up?
Well, I think she over.
Do you think Killer Mike beat up somebody that night? No, because it was a misdemeanor.
Right.
But because a female was out there, they was like, arrest him.
Exactly.
He pushed me because she's claiming that he put hands on her.
Of course she gonna say that. She a female security guard.
Yeah, they would have.
What are you gonna do again? You can't beat the female security guards, y'all.
Well, how's she gonna protect you from them when she can't even protect herself from you?
Craig made a great point. I mean, if you think about it, if you can't protect yourself, how are you expected to protect the artists and the entertainers at the event? And obviously, it wasn't a situation where Mike assaulted anyone because it wouldn't have been a misdemeanor. Trust me, they are eager to arrest brothers in Los Angeles. If they had something on him, they would have handled that a lot differently. I think that, of course, it was a situation where the LAPD overreacted. And you got to think about this. A lot of this arrest situation at these particular events is just performance art. Those security guards just wanted to be a part of the event. And the only way that they could do that is by handcuffing Mike and walking him out the arena. That's the only thing that they could do to be a part of the event in a performance aspect. You got to think about it. A lot of these security guards, possibly, allegedly, maybe failed artists, failed actors, and a lot of them want to be in the shoes of the artist. And when they get the opportunity to do what they did to Killer Mike, that's what they do. Now, as we all know, Jay-Z accepted his award, the Dr. Dre Vanguard Award, or whatever that particular name of the award was. And Jay-Z spoke on some very important issues in terms of how the Grammys metrics work in terms of album of the year. And he spoke on the fact that Beyonce has never won album of the year, and she has more Grammys than anyone. So obviously there is still some issues that need to be worked out with the Grammys in terms of the way that they present certain awards to certain artists. It makes no sense why the rap category was not televised live on television in 2024. Rap music is very, very large in the music spectrum, and Mike should have been allowed to accept his award live on television. Now, my question is, do you think that Mike's arrest was a conspiracy to the point to where they didn't want Mike to give his speech live on air? Or do you think it was an overzealous security guard that put Mike in that situation? And me personally, I don't think that LAPD should have been involved at all, because as soon as the Grammys were over, they released him. So it just seemed a little bit weird the way that that happened. But congratulations to Killer Mike. I also want to point out, I'm really happy to hear that his son had a successful surgery. I believe he had a kidney surgery, and I want to send prayers to his family, not only to congratulate Killer Mike for sweeping the Grammys with 3 awards in the hip hop category, but also for his son having a successful surgery. So obviously we're not gonna let that silly arrest sully Mike's amazing night. He won 3 awards. We want to congratulate him on that. We want to congratulate hip hop for winning 3 awards, but we do want to bring to the forefront how the Grammy still hasn't progressively moved in a positive direction in terms of presenting these awards live on television so that everybody can see the great work that Killer Mike did for the hip hop genre for this particular Grammy Awards. And like we always say, let's change the narrative and refocus the optics. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you on the next one.